Alright, today, we're going to be on something really important, I'm not going to lie. Today we are going to be going over all the progs in the game and the most efficient way to do all of it. This means getting rerolls, accessories, leveling up, renown, magic power, any of that, getting money. This is all going to be included into this video, and I'm going to try to make it pretty short and condensed. So, without any further ado, remember to like and subscribe if this video helps you, and let's get into it. Alright, now the first thing you're going to be doing is actually doing these quests. So for these quests, they're going to be fairly simple, because we've done them down. These are strictly for fresh players that don't know how to play the game yet. We've dumbed it down a lot because people were complaining about the NPCs. So we made it to where the beginning NPCs are pretty easy. This is going to be like through like level 1 to like, I would say 20 or 25. This would be a decent method. And as you're doing these, you need to make sure that you're joining any in-game events that happen. I'm in a Brazil server, over. But you want to make sure that you're doing any in-game events that happen, and you can also return to your guild base by hitting yes. This will make travel timing way faster. The events are actually how you're going to get your big boost up in EXP, but until that happens, you definitely want to just be doing the quest. And then you'll see server level here, it goes up to 3. Each one multiplies how much EXP you end up getting. And then you want to make sure you're capturing these points. They give you EXP, money, renown over time. And then there's one more actually in the Tartaros guild. A lot of fairy tale people don't know about that one because you actually have to travel to the shady guy in order to even get over there. And I'll show you guys where that's at real quick. But yeah, you saw the Thunder Palace popped up. There is no Tartaros members in here. And that's one more thing too. You guys got to make sure that you're joining more than just fairy tale, or else you're not going to be able to get into events with other people. I would like let the people that I know get into Tartaros, but if I do that, all of you guys are fried, because every single one of the players that I would probably put into Tartaros are too strong to even really make the events fair. Because right now Tartaros is just full of the best players, and that's just not good. Anytime you see a Tartaros member, you're just gonna get cooked pretty much, right? So definitely need to get some more freshies into Tartaros. Alright, yeah, there's one right here that you can take over, and each one you take over is just gonna give you more and more money over time and EXP and all that good stuff, right? And then there's gonna be ones that spawn in other locations, like in there's gonna be one in Mushroom, I believe, and there is one in Hakabe. So you just gotta make sure that you're on the lookout for anything like that. Now the next way to level up is whenever you're around level 20 to 25, you want to grab 2 or 3 other people, and then you want to do like stuff like this demon portal, where you take on one guy at a time. You make sure you're killing them, because they do end up giving you a good chunk. Like they'll give you like 75% of your XP bar per kill. So you end up leveling pretty quickly by doing those. This also spawns 8 chests, and if you grab the focus NPC, that means you'll actually be gaining a ton of technique through grabbing the chest, because the chest gives you at least 1% of your EXP bar for the level of your technique. So you'll end up actually grinding technique pretty quickly. And then you'll have Yetis, which you can do. I haven't really tried them for leveling, but I'm pretty sure they don't give as much as these players do, or not players, but NPCs that are like humanoids, right? So you definitely want to just be doing these ones. And also the Yetis, they're not necessarily more difficult than these guys, but they do hit harder. So if you don't know the patterns, they can be a little bit more difficult to deal with until you do actually understand how to fight the Yetis. Which I do recommend you watch my Yeti slaying video for that purpose, because it will make it way easier. And then I'm in a Brazil server right now, so the ping's a little bit weird. And these NPCs are currently broken. There's a bug going on currently where NPCs aren't fighting. But yeah, these guys, they give you 75% of your EXP bar whenever you kill them. And there's going to be 3 here. There's going to be 3 right here. And then there's going to be some down there. And whenever those chests spawn too, there's going to be like in the tents and stuff, there'll be 4 that spawn in the tents, and then also in these carriages. So you just got to look out for that. And this is going to be leveling up from like 25 to 40, I would say. And then you can do the missions still. The missions do give you rep, so you do got to keep in mind of that. Keep in mind that doing events throughout your progression is always going to be the best way to prog. So all of this stuff is just stuff you do on the side as you're waiting for events to spawn. Now I'm going to go over the fastest way to gain magic power next, and the fastest way is actually going to be talking to these Urza Scarlets that you can find across the map. You just hit this, would you like to enter a sparring simulation, and then you hit yes. It'll take you into a 1v1 with somebody else that's queuing, and the way that it works is you won't get a ton at first, but if you actually build up your combat rating through building up the by winning 1v1s and stuff, then it'll eventually scale up to where you get more and more magic power. So eventually you end up getting like, I think like 500 per match, which is absolutely insane if you're able to be strong enough to just steamroll kids. But if you're not that good at PvP yet, fret not, there is another method. If you get like 3 people, or you including 2 other people, to do Yetis, that is also another method for gaining magic power pretty quickly. It's definitely slower than PvPing and steamrolling people, but it is an option. So like you have the Yetis here, and they'll help you out, and as you get Yeti fur, you'll be able to do the Yeti King, which is up on top of a hill. If you want any further information on how to grind those faster, make sure to check out my magic power progression video, because that, or tutorial video, because that will actually show you how to progress and the rotation that you need to be doing on the Yetis to do it the fastest you can possibly do it, as well as doing these portals. These portals do give the most in the game at a single burst. The next progression I want to talk about is money. The fastest way to get money in the game currently is actually through killing these thieves that you'll see lying around. And by killing them, you'll actually get this thing called a mafia ticket. I'll show you what that looks like in the inventory. I think I have one at least. Yeah, it's right here. It'll look like this. It's like a little black question mark, and it'll be a legendary like mafia ticket thing. And it's not that hard to get, actually. They're pretty high chance to get. I think it's like 5% per mob, and there's a lot of them, and they are pretty low HP, so they're pretty quick to kill. And whenever you do spawn one, and you gotta be careful, these guys are pretty strong. I do recommend with any of this prog that you do it with other players to make it faster. The prog is kept in mind to be playing with friends, and you do have a party system right here, so you can invite whoever you want to invite, right? And then you can see like the HP of your teammates, so you can actually make sure that they don't die or whatever by getting grip. But yeah, you got mafias here, and they drop royal chests, which are really good. They can drop magic rerolls at a very high rate, and then you get a lot of money and stuff for opening those chests, right? And technique. And each mafia boss gives you 1 million yen, and each one of these NPCs also drop quite a bit too. Like I think you get like 125k or something like that per group you kill. So you end up getting a lot of money pretty quickly through doing this, right? Since this is the fastest money grinding method, it'll also be good for grinding out your techniques, as techniques do end up costing quite a bit of money. It costs, I think, 1.5 mil to actually reroll your blessing. And every single time you reroll your blessing, you get a chance of getting really good cards that end up changing the game fundamentally for your character stats, right? So it's a very important thing. And there's one more thing that this money grinding method does absolutely tie into. Your magic potential is the most important thing when considering the money grind, because it costs 15 million in order to actually get your potential up, which will also increase your magic grade if your magic power is good enough for the magic potential as well. You need a combination of both of them to get your magic grade up, which will alter your moves and then make them do more damage as well. Now ranked is going to be the most important thing in the game for getting rerolls. This includes race and clan rerolls, which you can't normally get throughout playing the game in the regular map, unless there's a PD server going on. So the main way for getting rerolls is going to be either doing ranked or showing up for events that are hosted by like a developer or a mod or something, right? And those are going to be the absolute best way you can get clan rerolls, race rerolls, and magic rerolls. And I'll show you how to get that, because you actually don't get it from doing the ranked itself. You get these points called honor, which allows you to buy grand chests that end up giving you the actual items that you want. And you'll see this guy at the side of every mission board in your guild, and it'll say looking for the rank shot. It's right here. You buy the chest, and then once you get the chest, you'll see you can get some items. It has multiple items that it can give you. Like you can end up rolling like 10 different items or whatever, so you can actually end up getting a ton. Now, as you're waiting for the demon portals to spawn, the best way to actually get the technique is going to be doing these bandit camps, right? And the ones at Hargion are actually going to be better than these ones because there's more in a condensed area versus this one just has one here and then one all the way over there, right? So you actually want to go over there. So if you really wanted to min-max, you would probably teleport to Hargion whenever it's like until there's 8 minutes, and then that way you can have enough time to get over here to the demon portal before other people can at 10 minutes and be able to do that. And you want to be grinding with friends, but realistically, if you want to grind the fastest, solo would technically be the best because you would be able to actually get all the chests for yourself. But it's just up to how good you are as a player to be able to do that or not. But that's going to be it for today's video. I think that pretty much explains everything that you would have needed to know. And I hope this helped you out a lot, guys. And if it did, remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.